Welcome to the restoration modification series for a 1995 Volvo 850 T-5R. We're doing some restoration as well as performance modifications. And if you have not seen the previous episodes, please click the playlist button, start from the beginning. We hope you enjoyed those episodes as well as this one. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day. Here we are, folks. Day 10 of resto mod in this car. We're going to kick it off by lowering the car down and doing the front struts, and then we will go from there. We're going to be installing these BC racing coils. They look like they've pre-owned and they have the link still in them, so we're going to vice grip those, bust those loose, get those off of there. They are right and left sensitive. They have been preloaded to a standard stock setting. The good thing about these is they have parts that can be replaced on them to be rebuilt. So if they're worn out, we will get the parts to rebuild them. But we don't think these are worn out. Let's get cracking. Got those connectors out of there. One of them took a pipe wrench and a 4-foot cheater. Got the struts loose up here. We're reconditioning the hardware. I'm going to go ahead and connect the heater hoses, the shift cables, the vacuum lines up here, and we'll go from there. We have the wire run for the fuel pump wiring modification, so the fuel pump will have a fresh wire. We have a additional wire run, a green one run in there, so he could use it in the future. Most of the liquid is drained out of the brake clutch reservoir. We got the brake clutch reservoir master cylinder line hooked up. It's hooked up out here, so we're going to bleed all the brakes when we get the car up in the air. We got the cables secure with the short shifter, so that's ready to go. We got the wire harness in, buckled down, the headlights secure. We got to put these screws in across there. I should have put those in before I put that headlight in, but we're going to go ahead and do that now. We got the headlights plugged back up. We got the lower radiator hose in and secure on both sides. We got the idle air hooked up. We got the throttle position sensor hooked up. We got the fuel injectors in and plugged in. We are making progress, folks. Of course, I think I already told you I plugged in both of those coolant hoses. I lubricated those with some oil eater soap so they slid in nice and easy. So let's do a couple more things and get this fan in here next. Went to put the fan in, and this is really too close to the intercooler pipe, so I cut this piece out with my oscillating tool. That was in there like that. I believe that's going to give me the perfect clearance for that. Got the fan in. Man, that thing locked in, dropped in almost like butter. We are ready for a rip kit. We got the coolant hoses on. They're there. Got the wire harness connected. They're ready to go. We need to find a cap for a vacuum treat air, or we're going to have a boost leak. Need to get this bolt in this upper engine mount. I don't think we have the proper one for that, but I may, so I'll check on that. Then we need to work on getting this exhaust in. We got both of the BC coilover strut assemblies in, both sides. This one's all the way in, but we got to get the axles in, so we left that one loose. Same on the other side. And again, we're going to get this exhaust in here in a few minutes. We have put an axle in. Man, we had a hard time. We had to call Alex over here. It wouldn't go in. We looked in the hole. It looked like the inner piece was twisted a little bit. Wasn't quite centered. So he pried in there a little bit with a long extension, and boom, it went in. So we're going to get the other side in after we service it. I got to find this carrier stuff here. Connect that. We got new control arms, Swedish carpets. Got the tie rod end on. Got the ABS sensor plugged back in. And make sure that's down all the way. There's a BC coilovers, baby. And we're about to put a bolt on here. Service this trans and go from there. We got the transmission service. 2 quarts and probably 16 ounces. Got the battery tray in. We got the throttle cable in and adjusted. We're in the process of replacing the spark plugs. We got both axles in. We're hooking up the control arm on the driver's side, loading it and torquing that down. We got the tie rod ends in. So let me finish up with these spark plugs. These are the plugs that's going in. BKR7E as recommended by the tuner. Platinum plugs. These are the ones that came out. Man, look how clean those things look. This car was burning nice and clean. Never use iridium plugs on P80 Volvos. I don't know who tells people that, but they must work at the auto parts store. This is what you want. Platinum plugs. Or whatever your tuner recommends. After you torque your spark plugs in, man, I'm kind of recommending 20 to 22 now. I think the owner's manual says 18 to 22, but I've been finding so many that felt loose, I'm going to 22. Besides that, these new bungee cord wire sets with these blue collars, they're hard to get out of your spark plug wells out of your head. So it's good to coat that bottom portion of that with some silicone paste or spray of some sort to hopefully help those come out easy when the time comes. So we got the coolant bottle in, got this clamp in here, and got the spark plugs in and torqued down. Who can get you carbon fiber like no one can? Alex can. Now we'd be polishing this cylinder head cam cover. We have the steering column hooked up. About to add some fluids, but we're going to make sure all the suspension parts are secure. So we're going to lock the steering wheel and start torquing some stuff down under there. It is locked up. Let's check it out. We are back here installing a performance anti-sway bar from the IPD company. And we got the fresh hardware for it. And good thing we were at the shop and they had this in stock, because that thing is corroded and busted. So we're going in with a new one. Whoop, whoop. Yes, sir. Got this bigger bar in. Make sure it cleared the exhaust. Got the exhaust off of the back of the car up there. Got this all torqued in. The exhaust is in. We got to put a bung in one of these holes and the O2 sensor in the other hole. We got the axles all the way in. We're going to torque them when we get the car on the ground. The anti-sway bar end links are in. And we are cooking with grease, folks. Getting closer. Closer, closer. Well, folks, that's it for today. Tomorrow we're going to do the intercooler piping. Add some coolant in this thing. We already serviced the transmission. We're going to torque the wheels on. Probably won't be here too long tomorrow. Get this thing fired up. Ready to roll first thing Monday morning. With a whoop whoop. If you feel that this information was useful, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can subscribe to my channel so that you will get notifications of future videos that I post. You can follow me on Twitter, and if you need to contact me directly, please visit my website. And if you have any questions, leave them below, and someone or myself will reply to them. Again, thank you very much for watching.